Test it then. It's me, Madness KMA, and I'm back once again with another Hidden Dubs, Custom Dubs episode within the series. Now, moving forward with the custom dubs as we get straight into the video. So let's go back briefly to the year 2008. And 2008 was a year that I received one of the best intro dubs of a lifetime, which I've mentioned before in other videos to say the link up between me and Carl Tuff Enuff Brown. So it was obvious, admiring his intro dubs, I said I wanted an intro dub that was tailor-made for me and my sets with that Tuff Enuff sound. I've said it so many times over the years, when you look at the template of Carl Brown and Tuff Jam as the duo with Matt Jam Lamont, Hail and Salute the Two, it's Carl's sound and template that is still carried throughout the years via Too Tough For You Records. The proof is all there for the endless amount of releases. So to get an intro dub was very hard to get, and I'm sure many others, in fact he has said, others have asked and approached, and can you make me an intro dub? Can you make me something special, tailor-made? This dub has the seal of approval from the DJs, from the people, from the ravers, from associates amongst the circle will say, yo, Mad, you see that Tuff Enuff dub plate you have? Wow. And it did get official release later on in one of the Groove School releases on Too Tough For You Records. Insert here and you'll be able to see that one available to download. And it still has my name in it and the certain samples, but it's a different version to the 2008 Tuff Enuff design, which is what I called it. So let's get into that without any haste. This is entry number 1. And of course, what I want you to do is make sure you drop all the comments down below in the YouTube video, as well as the Instagram and TikTok, where I get most of the traction. I'm trying to get you over here on Pirate Chronicles series. YouTube is the channel, the multimedia network for myself, giving you all the content, education, and information. So let's see how much entries we get through today, but this is entry number 1. I call it the 2008 Tuff Enuff Design One Away Custom Dub.
DJ Madness. This is Shelly D, and you're listening to the sounds of madness. You listen to madness. You listen to madness. You listen to the sound. Hold it. You listen to the sound. Hold it. DJ Madness. This is Shelly D, and you're listening to the sounds of madness. You listen to madness. You listen to madness. You listen to the sound. Hold it. You listen to the sound. You listen to the sound. Hold it. Listen to the sound.
Wheel. Okay. Entry number 1, going in with one of my prized possessions as a custom intro dub plate. You can hear it's the samples that I use from my radio shows and my own other intro dubs. So when you pass that over to a producer and say, do your thing, I was in no doubt that Mr. Brown would deliver a heavyweight piece of material that I would use for a lifetime. So entry number 2 is an example of what I talk about as a DJ producer. You're supposed to have specials, reworks, re-edits. And I learned that one also from Mr. Brown, who used to have his own exclusive cuts of tracks where he had the stems and remade it for his own purposes, for his own DJ sets. Now, DJs that do this, you're going in further inside your box when others will be going around the same record box as everybody else. But when you've got these reworks and your own edited versions, then you can have something special. And many times, because I had so many exclusive guests on my shows, and I used to have multiple MCs in the earliest days of doing this on radio, back in the 90s, and I used to call that the MC explosion. And then when the MCs used to obviously do their thing, they're calling your name at the same time, turns into a custom dub. So what I did then was re-edit and rework them as a dub plate that I can play in any dance with those famous MCs on there doing their thing, all synchronized in time so it would done the place. But I'm a person that loves sound art, so with my editing and voiceovers and jingles and these sort of trailers that I used to create for people as well, I used to do certain packages for people because they loved my movie trailer style jingles. And then it tells a story, and I learned that from the sound system days. I learned that coming up through music entertainment, as in watching people like Michael Jackson and these sort of mega stars on stage that used to put a performance on, but there was interludes within the track. You know, like when you used to have CDs back in the day and you have the 1 minute interlude of a skit that's going on, a sketch that was written out relating to the subject matter of the next track, perhaps Soundboy style, right? So I used to do interludes in between the edits of a famous track, big underground tunes, and make them work for me as a custom dub. This is an example in entry number 2 when I reworked Wookie's Storm with 3 MCs on one of my MC Explosion shows, The Godfather Creed, MC Rankin, and Secret Agent at their best. Entry number 2, Wookie versus Madness KMA with a custom edit of Storm.
Me look on me say, if I response part, shot kick them like Street Fighter, Blanca boy will leak out like Fanta, them say oh like Santa. Teflon start one on park, one use caution of Parkland. Hard street we make 10 up last week. 6 have buried them in a big bag, end and blue steel, me then one prime time, get the it's crime time. But you know what the pussy them a study, turn up me rhythm.
Had a blind date with you, hey garage, loved it so much we got married. Honeymooning in Iron Napa, proper rapper, dapper slapper. You never knew about it, than doing it. We want every time we're doing it. Still so with more back, still so with more back. Sapping, clapping from a rapid happens. No, never know, not no, no creed in the mic. You loud with a bow flow, whether I'm in a group or solo. I never mind cause life is a yo-yo. Can't get no satisfaction, never gonna go listening.
Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, panic! Give it again, yo!
This lady oozing sex appeal. The girl look good for real. Came from my small Swiss town car bill. Gave her my number, hopeful shield. Spotted this lady oozing sex appeal. The girl look good for real. Came from my small Swiss town car bill. Gave her my number, hopeful shield. Homie, wanna give me a bell. I could Jackson lyrics and I can't find spell. She gave that bell, name was hell. Certain things that I just can't tell. Spotted this lady oozing sex appeal. The girl look good for real. Came from my small Swiss town car bill. Gave her my number, hopeful shield.
So red, gold and green are the colour for the earth, you know me I show them say. Even the stoplight, you know me I say. So all I want to do with love say, holy Emmanuel.
Some of the energy in the betting and sweating while I'm contemplating my raving. I'd rather be an Ebenezer geezer, womanizing ground freezer, teaser. Chart and what? So why would you hang a lingua? He hasn't even got a license, Lisa. Like weird science on the Ferris Bueller. Like weird science on the Ferris Bueller. Just like some sort of Mortal Kombat geezer who knows how to hold ya, roll ya, then freeze ya, teaser. He hasn't even got a license, Lisa. Like weird science on the Ferris Bueller. So why is it I'm getting all the sound with the fretting and getting the betting and sweating while I'm contemplating my raving? I'm gonna be an Ebenezer geezer, womanizing ground freezer, teaser. Rock with a brand new color, but I'm goose running with a big sage. I'm a mix up the summer with the English grammar. So top the seeds and others can follow. I rock with a brand new color, but I'm goose running with a big sage. I'm a mix up the summer with the English grammar. So top the seeds and others can follow. No diggity, don't wanna marry me. This is the world of girls who wanna carry me. Boy ready to roll with got jealousy, mistrust, envy, that's not healthy. No diggity, don't wanna marry this. Is the world of girls who wanna carry this. Every now and again they get devilish friends forever since never gonna better this. Whenever we rewind and come again, my selector.
So there you have it. It's an example of how you are supposed to be creative as a DJ producer. And that was off live recording of Freak FM back in the 90s when I used to do the MC explosions. MC Creed, Rankin, Secret Agent. And I always made sure that they were at their best by my performance alone will help to make the combination fever pitch when it comes to it. And then when you was lucky to have that radio gold and you're recording as you should be, then you can make your own edits as a DJ producer. That's entry number 2, Wookie versus MADDNESS KMA, Storm, the rework featuring Creed, Rankin and Secret Agent. Comments down below, what's your favorite so far? So entry number 3 deserves a backstory. Going way back into the 90s and amongst one of his first radio shows to do a guest appearance was on Freak FM back in the 90s. Again, when I sought out the forbidden fruit of guests to get them down on my show. And it was light work because the artist would know how I performed on the radio as well as Rankin as the combination and even as individual. Now, it was a case of if you got a slot on the show on the massive platform of Freak FM, you're gone clear. And those means that you would reach the audiences that you may not have reached before just by having a single track out there or whatever. You know how it goes. Sound system style again. Bring the artist forward, join the dots madness and kick it off with an intro dub custom special by Richie the Emperor Dan. Now, Richie Dan is synonymous with the sound of UK garage and the MC dancehall based led tunes from back in the day, the Sing J style that just captured the audiences from the early days of his very first releases within UK garage. Now, we know the big tunes that he did have, like Are You Ready with Master Steps, big up Master Steps, hail and salute. As a DJ, presenter, producer, you want the custom dub special, right? As they do in the sound system culture in the reggae and dancehall fraternity. So I wrote this, in fact, I heard the vocal in my head of how I wanted exclusive dub plates, and I thought, you know what, I've got to write this down. And I had it in my head anyway, just mentally written down. And it was using the lyrics of Richie Dan, but custom made, as in like putting my name into it, and it's changing the words and formula. So I wrote it down, and then I contacted Richie, because me and Richie go way, way back as well. Hail and salute Richie, big up the whole family. You know how it is, it's love every time. So every time we linked up from that very first radio show back in the 90s, any show that I invited him on, he turned up, and he turned up, if you know what I mean. A very unique artist in his own right because of that singing J style that he has and the lyrics for the girls them, which really made sense to me. And I knew if you flip those lyrics custom into a dub plate, it will be a serious war dub. However, when I spoke to Richie, he moved through the transitions of his life, and you know, his religious beliefs didn't really condone certain type of language, or you know, certain words had to change. It couldn't be exactly the same as what it was back in those 90s. And flipping it for a dub plate special, I always wanted that sound killer angle. Do you know what I mean? I come from the school of Kilimanjaro, Ricky Trooper, Tony Mataron, Firelinks, Black Cat, Bodyguard, and they all had those killer, you know, the serial killer dubs with the intros that will mash up a place. And you knew as a selector, if somebody ever draw something on you and throw some shades with music, you got dubs to bury them and argument done. So I wrote the lyrics and I said to Richie, this is what I got in mind. Now I need a medley of your vocals, and this is how I wrote it and structured it. He says, I don't know about that, because saying sound killer, that's talking about killing. And I said, I had to persuade him and say, yeah, but you're talking about musical warfare. We're not talking about actual killing somebody, you know. It's music based. I convinced him to do it. And I was originally going to do a custom dub over the instrumental of Are You Ready for Master Steps. I was going to use the instrumental as a custom dub, right? Because I thought it's very familiar, it's very popular, people will know it from there. But then I thought, no, hold on a minute. Let me change it up a bit and switch it for a different rhythm and pop the vocals that I wrote down for him to say, this is how I need you to say it, Richie. Please and thanks. And you know what? He delivered.
Well, this am to be the man called Richie alongside my brethren Madness, KMA. I know say anytime we link up, we do things proper, yeah. And we are called that one your double jeopardy. Cause we are killer sound and nice up the dance at the same time. And little boys say them want test a song, but them should have never ever try to test mine. Yeah, you me now massive. Yeah, you me Madness. Yeah, we do KMA style. Where do I think this? Yeah, you me. A universal thing this. Watch it on now. Come on. Are you ready for the madness? Here come the song boy killer. Yeah. Are you ready for the champion? Madness is a dancehall filler. It bring the fire, take you higher and roll it, tickle your body, all your mind and yeah. Soul and bring the fire, take you higher and roll and tickle your body, all your mind and yeah. Yeah, even now I am the top of this a song boy killing league. I'm ready to prove that if a guy say he don't believe, that I got X amount of notches on my sleeve. And all the people them call me Mr. Pre-Release. But I wanna know, are you ready for the madness? Yeah. Here come the song boy killer. Come on. Are you ready for the madness? Yeah, me is a dancehall filler. Yeah. It bring the fire, take you higher and roll and tickle your body, all your mind and yeah. Soul and bring the fire, take you higher and roll and tickle your body, all your. You will look how we switch it up for the girl now. What you know now? Call it fate, or what you want. You might try to fight the champion, but you know you can't. Call him great, or what you want. You might try to fight the champion, but let me know, yeah. Call him great, or what you want. You might try to fight no madness, but you know you can't. Yeah, call him great, or what you want. You might try to fight the champion, but let me know. She give me that side of glance, and she start to dance. Then she smile and get me wild with an elegance. I got to get this girl and give her some romance, because as far as I'm concerned, you only get one chance. Could it be you? Could it be me? Could it be? How about us? We should discuss, you and me. Could it be you? Could it be me? Well, how about us? We should discuss. Getting it on, baby. Let's get it on. Madness, I will look with him now. Watch it now. Call it fate, or what you want.
Wheel. When you rewrite somebody's famous tunes, right, for your benefit, for your DJ set, and they deliver, like I knew he would, right, it's something special. Again, one of my all-time favorite dubs. And like I say, all of them really are, but some of them are so unique because I know the background behind it. And when I structured it, and to convince a man to say even Soundboy killing was hard to get him to say that. Tell you something else, a fun fact, he actually did some custom dubs after this, right, for other members using the same lyrics that I rewrote, which was, you know, come on man, you don't share no dub plates, you don't share the style, Come on, man. But you know what? It's all love, my brother. Enough respects to you, Richie Dan, every time, because he's one amazing artist who I highly rate and recommend. But that dub there, written, restructured by me, featuring and performance by Richie Dan. That's entry number 3. So what you need to do right now is go down in the comments, spam up my comment section with pure energy. I need you to comment entry number 1, 2, or 3, which were your favorites amongst today's custom dub episodes. If not 1, 2, or 3, or all of them, that's all good. Drop the comments down below, keep the energy flowing, like, subscribe, comment and share. Pirate Chronicles series is the multimedia channel. Check out my music channel on YouTube, Madness KMA, spell it correct, don't get it twisted, the MADDNESS KMA. That's the music channel on YouTube. And of course, make sure you go over and subscribe to our comedy channel. It's all content in it. It's all content in it, and let's keep those subscriptions rising so we can get the algorithm popping within the comments as well. It helps so much. Thank you so much for your continuous support, manners and respect. It's Madness KMA. I'm out.